Tuesday, June 7th, 2026 in Arrested, Rhode Island. I wanted to order some chrome valve covers for this, but you might notice that this is the newer style valve cover that has the nuts, the bolts rather, in the center instead of the 4 around the perimeter. And it's a little more difficult to find a dress-up kit for this, but I'm looking at one. Thinking about just putting some chrome valve covers on it, and maybe I don't want to change the air filter. I made this air filter, I put that second horn to try to give it that Buick GS look. And obviously you can see I put a hubcap on the top just to give it some, I don't know. I don't want to dress it up too much. It's a rat rod. But I thought maybe some chrome valve covers or aluminum valve covers. Gonna look around, see what I can find. I just been slowly, once I build them, like I say, they're never really done. I just keep going and going on it. I was checking the oil and everything. Everything looks good under the hood. All the fluids are full. Got this off of a, pretty sure it was an Oldsmobile. It's that gun sight emblem. This was a junkyard find. I like to go out in the junkyards and find stuff and put them on. Just get this board out of here. So I kind of did my roof a little bit different for the rain because it was, could hear the rain falling off. Got like big puddles right here. I'm not gonna touch it, but it's still raining. Gonna get me all wet. Yesterday I pulled it off and the water landed right on my head. I didn't get it on camera, but I got soaking wet when I was taking the 54 out and bringing the 48 in. I don't want to put the van truck outside. I don't want this to be outside in the weather, which is why I kind of made that little carport deal there. So I think I found a place up in Swansea, Mass. That it's a truck. If they sell truck and equipment parts, and I'm gonna go up there this morning. I'm gonna take a ride and go pick up those yellow lights up there. I decided to go with the rubber inset, and I'm gonna try that next before I start cutting a bunch of metal out the back of this. And I don't, as I told you guys, I don't rush into anything. I take my time and I try to think it out well. So I got my transmission taken over to the transmission shop. So yesterday I shot my video and I went on the phone and I went to my gallery and I went to share and it said YouTube. So I clicked on YouTube and hit the share. And then after the video downloaded, I was able to go to my computer and fill in all the details instead of doing it on the phone. So that worked out pretty well. Just walking around. Take a look outside, see what the weather looks like. So there's my speakers that I smashed the box up on, and I picked up that wood that was laying on the ground. The next time I have a fire, I'll throw that speaker box in with the... Still raining, so no smelting today. Looks like day 2 of rain, and then tomorrow's supposed to clear up. The only thing good about this rain is the temperatures are down in the 70s, so but it's making my grass grow. Let's take this 48 out of the garage. Here we are here. Take this board off holding this up. Fortunately, there's no heavy winds coming in with the rain. It's just rain, not a lot of heavy winds. Like sometimes we get some seriously heavy rains and starts blowing stuff around. Let's climb on in here. So I never installed an ignition switch yet. I just have this wire that I push down on right here, and it moves the actual original ignition switch, which is down below. Eventually I'd like to put a key switch in here. Just haven't done it yet. Let's see if I can set this right here. Just about every window leaks. Oops. It's not grabbing. My mirror got flipped up over there. Makes it hard to see. Let me just put that mirror in the right position so I can see. These windows, I took the tracks apart, cleaned them up, got them working right. Got the 54 parked down the other end down here again. It's just sitting over here. I gotta put I had all the covers for the wheels. You can see Rusty waving back there. You can see him in the mirror. He waves when I hit the brake. I'll give you a quick look at Rusty. So you can see my ignition set up. I just pull out on the rod and push in on the rod, start it, pull out on it, that shuts it off. That's something that I'm going to be working on. But you have to have the right ignition switch when you have fuel injection. Yeah, I had laid these out and now they're getting a good washing. But I've got to put those back on over the tires. I'll let you see Rusty this morning. Let me see if I can get him to wave. Kids love it. The kids love Rusty. So I took the transmission over to the shop yesterday and Chevrolet. Wish I could get the Mustang out today. We'll see what happens if the weather changes. There's Tyson. He came out. Tyson came out. We're gonna let the weather change and get warm and sunny again, and we'll bring the Mustang out. Oh, he went right back in the house. So things went kind of slow yesterday. I cleaned out my shed. I found this hose that I'm gonna run. I'm gonna use this to run from my compressor tank, and I'm gonna bring it through the wall Currently, whenever I want to use the air, I have to run it through my door, and I end up with the door open, and that don't work too well in the winter. So what I want to do is run the hose. I'm going to run it up above, through the wall, up above, and then come into the shop somewhere over in this corner over here. And then I'll put my hose roller right on that wall. And that's my plan, to get air. I like to have the compressor outside of the garage where I'm working, because it's so damn noisy that I can close that door when the compressor's running and have this door shut and not even hear it. Oops. Stuff's falling down. I got my fan stuffed on the door. Oh man, I need more coffee. I need more coffee, yeah. Morning Go Juice. So I drove quite a ways yesterday over to drop the transmission off. I went the long way around. The reason being is they're working on the bridge, and it would have took twice as long. But I'm really psyched about having my new stand to hold my welders now. I can roll them around. It used to be I had to pick it up and carry it, put it over here, put it over there. These are shields that I use. Hold on. What kind of idiot puts a commercial right in the middle of a Led Zeppelin song? And boys at YouTube need some fucking therapy. So these shields, that's what I was talking about. I made this shield up that I use when I'm welding. I use a flux core solder. Let's say I was welding on the hood here. What I would do is take some magnets and stick this right about like here. Then when I'm welding, I'm not getting splatter. And I also I have socks with sand that I lay on it, and that keeps the heat from traveling. But this little tool, just set that there, put a magnet on it, like this. Now when I'm welding, the splatter is not, you can see it's on here, but it's not going to be on that surface. I'm restricting the splatter from going over, and I'll use several magnets sometimes and put it in a horseshoe. But when you're using the flux core solder, it really splatters everywhere. Same with stick welding. And this shield restricts it. And like I say, I'll lay socks with wet sand here on this, and that'll keep the heat from going away from where I'm welding. Not gonna oil can the panel. It's a little trick I learned, and it's just a piece of flashing that I made up. You can see I put some tape on the bottom to kind of keep it. It's a little dusty now, but that keeps it from scratching the paint that I don't want scratched. It's the kind of things I have to do using that little 110 welder with flux core solder. I don't want to buy the gas. The gas is very expensive, and for the work I do, I don't really need it. I mean, I built this whole van with a stick welder in that 1 ton. All the welding I did on the roof, all the welding I did down through this seam, it's all in good shape. All that, well, you can't even tell that buck that new skin was put on over the old skin and butt welded right there. You can't tell. Not once it's all cleaned up and filled. And I, like I say, protected the rest of it using shielding. Either I was hanging canvases or whatever to protect the interior. So the interior is still pretty good in this van. Once you open up all the windows, the sunroof and that back window, I did it on the highway, then I had the vents tilted in, and man, it was cool. Got plenty of air. Felt like I was on a motorcycle. Alright guys, not a lot to show today because of the weather. I had hoped to get the Mustang out and get started on that, but... And when I say started, basically all I'm going to do is take pictures and I'm going to put it online and see what people will offer me for it. A car is only worth what somebody will pay for it. So what I like to do is put it online. I'll ask what I think it's worth and see what people offer me and just see. And if I can find somebody who's willing to pay the money I want, I'll sell it. If not, I'll sit on it a little bit longer. Eventually, I got one more year before I can put an antique on that. And I hate to just have it sitting in there, you know, because I got so many damn vehicles now. It's like, and 5 is a lot to me because I've never, usually I'm selling 1 or 2 and haven't had a lot of luck selling the green truck. I even put the golf truck up for sale just to see if somebody would pay me the money I want, and just not getting it. A few years ago, prior to 2000, I sold dozens of trucks over the years. I mean, but ever since around 2020, things have been getting tight. I'm not sure why. Up in this area, it's like nobody's got any money for spend on you know, things they want. It's all necessity right now. Feel like making bad company. I feel like making love to my 57 Chevy. Alright guys, we'll see you all on Bad Company. I mean, Bad Chad.